What's up, family? It's the one and only Humble Stunna like no other, and we back again. And I wanna just have a little appreciation moment for you guys. Y'all been supporting me every single post. Y'all been running it up for me, and we're not gonna stop, right? I told you on the first very video I first came back in. I believe that was like a month ago. I said we in the flow state. Ain't no slowing down now. But we about to come out with a new video, about to react to another video. And this is something a little bit more on the health conscious side, you know what I'm saying? Or talking about the future. I want to break down my opinion. You might not respect it, you might respect it, but y'all come to my page and I want to express to you guys, if you got anything else to say about this video or any other videos I ever post, comment down below. I'll really have a conversation with you, chop it up back and forth. Not no debate or anything like that, just more of like a acknowledgement and knowledge, you know what I'm saying, for videos like this, you know what I'm saying, because it's different. Obviously I don't know all the answers, and that's why I'm reacting to a video, but we just got some good news. I don't know if it's true, I don't know how factual this is, but they found a cure for cancer for a few patients, and it had no other symptoms of anything other cancerous growths in their body. So we're going to tune in and see exactly what's going on, and this is on a news platform. I personally don't watch the news. Maybe for like the stocks, or you know what I'm saying, I'd be a little interested in the stocks, or just, the business. But this is a Fox business, and they have health on there. So that's another concern with how everything is nowadays. Everything's mushed together in one. There's no separation. You got health and business, even though they all coincide. America is a business. It is a capitalistic ran country, and looks like it's not slowing down at this moment, because they finally cured the cancer. And it really was a big concern for me when you had a coronavirus come out of nowhere and they came out with a vaccine quick as hell, which is very weird. And I respect everybody's opinion about that. I don't want to get deep into that. But then you have different other diseases that's on, that's a little bit more impactful than coronavirus was in 2020. You know what I'm saying? You had diabetes, you had cancer, you had Alzheimer's, you had dementia, you had obesity. Obesity is a disease, and just many others. Even as I hear and really broke down every single one, I'll be sitting here counting my fingers forever, because there's so many things they have nowadays in different countries that's in the food. Let's see what they're talking about. Let's see if we get any more information that we don't already have.
Unheard of results. A recent drug trial administered to a handful of cancer patients at New York's Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center left doctors astonished after the disease was eliminated in every participant involved. Here now to discuss is Dr. Mark Siegel, NYU Langone Health Professor of Medicine and a Fox Business contributor. Doctor, so good to see you on a really great story, okay? But we want to do it right. We want to understand what we know and what we don't yet know about this. Start with what we learned from this trial, doctor.
Okay, so this is a kind, Brian, of a genetic cancer which mutates a lot. It's called mismatch repair deficient. It's not repairing itself. It's making a lot of changes, and it infiltrates cells in the rectum easily. And it's hard.
All right, let me rewind this real quick. I want to understand what he's saying, because once you hear it one time, you got to hear it twice just to understand it.
Start with what we learned from this trial, doctor.
Okay, so this is a kind, Brian, of a genetic cancer which mutates a lot. It's called mismatch repair deficient. It's not
mismatch repair deficient.
Repairing itself. It's making a lot of changes, and it infiltrates cells in the rectum easily. And it's hard to operate on. And chemotherapy doesn't work against it. This is where we used to be 10, 20 years ago. Chemotherapy doesn't work. Surgery is very hard to work. So what do? Well, we have immunotherapy, which we've been looking at for different cancers. And what's astounding about this is 100% of the 18 patients went completely into remission. Now, here's the most exciting.
Humotherapy.
Part. How does this immunotherapy work? Listen to this. Cancer cells.
Y'all hear that? Immunity. For me, I'm not tripping.
Hide from your immune system. They make themselves invisible as though they did it deliberately. They do it at something called a checkpoint inhibitor, but this blocks it. In other words, it's called a PD-1, a checkpoint inhibitor. It blocks the cancer cell from disappearing. So your immune cells come rushing to the rescue. Their T cells that we've been talking about with viruses come rushing to the rescue.
I didn't know that.
And kill off the cancer cells. In this case, every single patient went into remission and had no sign of cancer left. It's a great drug. It's made by GSK, by the way, which is getting a stock bump from this. It is a really a big find.
All right, so we know GSK is a creator and a manufacturer of this drug. 100% of patients in study have cancer erased. So people they used this drug on pretty much revealed the cancer and erased it. Didn't he just say that cancer starts to erase? We're gonna have to watch this back. If you're watching this right now, rewind back. You feel me? And if you peep something, you feel me? Comment down below, cause. Yeah.
So this was for rectal cancer patients.
Rectal.
All of them. Every single one of them
rectal.
saw the cancer go into remission. But as you said, it was sort of a specialized or very narrow kind of cancer. Everyone's question is, does this translate? Does this translate to other kinds of more widespread cancer? Doctor, does this trial these
I ain't gonna lie, when people say cancer, you feel me? You know you got the girls with the signs. Oh, you a Scorpio? No, you're not a Scorpio. You're a Gemini. No, you're a Cancer. That shit made me like, you feel me? If you feel some type of way, you know the word is not represented in the way of a symbol or a birthday, you know what I'm saying? Or astrology. And you just hear it on a daily basis because it's actually a disease that kills millions of people that's been, you know, something that's translated down from generation to generation that hasn't been cured. Feel me? That's my opinion on how it works now. You feel me? But this is progress. But what other side effects? You know what I'm saying? Because it just happened. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't sell you no drug without no side effects. They don't sell you no food. They don't sell you no food without no side effects. Y'all just be eating anything.
Give us any sense for whether this kind of immunotherapy could work beyond the kind of cancer we're talking about here.
The answer is a resounding yes. We've been using this exact kind of treatment for breast cancers, for other cancers where there's a lot of mutations going on. And we've been getting better and better at it. You know what's amazing here? The studies previously had shown 30 to 55% response to this, now 100%. So we're moving into a realm where we can use it. Again, the kind of cancer you want to use it on is one that's mutating a lot. It's got a lot of promise for breast cancers, blood cancers, and other cancers, but definitely colon and colorectal cancer. That's extremely common, right? Yeah. This is a great advance.
I might have to get my colon cleaned or something, bro. Why are you talking like this? It says very regular to see people have these cancers. And the question, you know, obviously is, you know, you want to be very grateful for them having to find a cure. But sometimes we do this stuff to ourselves. And even myself, shit, I'm not perfect. But I know there's something in what I eat on a daily basis that's forming mood swings, the way your body built, the fat on you, how many times you eat, the consistency of how the food tastes, and the commercials and the branding and the marketing of the brands. There's a lot to go into what you eat and put in your body. And all in all, this is very impressive. I'm still learning right now. There's cancers that don't mutate, and now there's cancers that do mutate and you can't see. And this is amazing right here.
Soon does something like this become widespread for the average person? Everyone knows someone who's dealing with a cancer of some kind.
Sadly.
They see a story like this, and their immediate thought is, I want my loved one to be able to benefit from this.
Facts.
Talk about that process from what we've learned today to when this becomes something that the average person can rely on as a form of therapy for the cancer that affects them or their loved ones?
My answer might surprise you. This particular drug named Jemperli is already on the market. And so what this tells me is that a tool we already have in our arrow, we already have in our quiver, works even better than we thought against certain cancers. So you could actually ask your doctor, if you're God forbid getting treated for cancer, what about a PD-1 inhibitor? What about these drugs? What about this study that shows it's even better than has been hoped?
Now they have that. Now they have it released to the public.
So what kind of tumor do I have? Does it fit here? This is a huge advance for immunotherapy, which we already were excited about before. That's something that we've been following because it broke ground about 10 years ago, and we're getting better and better at producing these drugs. So again, already on the market, already available.
Okay, wow.
Doctor, you know, we've got these 14 or 18 patients, I think you said, who have seen this go into remission. Obviously, we're still talking about a fairly short time frame here. Last question for you. At what point can we definitively say this has beat the cancer, it's not coming back? Are we at that point yet, or do we still need time to be able to say that?
That's a fantastic question. The answer is we have to watch it very, very closely with scans, with colonoscopies. But you know what this does? This takes a cancer that was almost impossible to treat and gives us a first shot at it. Then maybe if it, God forbid, does come back, you could resect it. You had a lot of trouble doing that before. So you can use this in conjunction with other treatments like surgery going forward. I'm very optimistic about this. It's over 6 months to a year. In some cases, it might recur, but again, in that case, you could treat it with a second round of this, another immunotherapy, or surgery.
Look, we love good news. We asked some tough questions to make.
All right, so that's the end of the video, but I got a few questions myself, you feel me? Like he just said at the end, obviously it's not a finished product, you feel me? It's still having on the market. It's not really a cure. It's really just a medicine, something temporary to fix it for the little bit of time that you really want. He said 6 months to a year. And this is it's a big step in medicine, the world, and businesses as well. Like you said, they stock went up. Almost said GDK, GEK, something like that. GFK. Their stock has went up, and obviously, a lot of people are buying into it, as they should. For those that have loved ones, this is more of an awareness thing. If you do have a loved one with a cancer or any other disease, you feel me, just go out and find out what the information is. Find out what the information is, because they say things on TV and another thing in person, you know what I'm saying? So another thing with this is like, how far would this go? Because this could be extended. This could really extend lives, you know what I'm saying? And it could be a new way of, like he said, inhuman therapy, which is the cure or the medicine they have for it. For that's temporary. This big business is gonna be built on longevity of life. There's gonna be more money on longevity on life than paying $30 for pills every single week. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a bigger business for extending life than anything, and that's a great thing. But you know what I'm saying? They might turn this thing into a whole nother atmosphere of possibilities. But it's a big step. I'm glad they found out for this. They found out this for the long period of suffering. A lot of families have went through. A lot of people have been going through or still going through, and they still don't know this. So if you see this right now, make sure you do your due diligence, and go to Fox Business on YouTube and look at the video yourself. Very optimistic about the results of cancer drug trial. This is for rectal, and I believe he said colon. So this is very big, and people have those a lot, he says. So more than anything, if you don't have anything wrong with you watching this video, make sure you really, I know myself, I'm about to dive into some new books to find out exactly how we're supposed to eat. Because I know eating this meat, eating this, eating the, the blood, the flesh, but it's not always good. A lot of hormones, a lot of diseases that animals carry, a lot of bad environments animals are in just because of production, just getting them in there, killing them, and putting them on a platter. But that's pretty much my opinion on this cancer trial. And if anybody's going through something right now within that space, blessings go out to you. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Stay humble, stay up.